Welcome to this explainer. Okay, picture this for a second. You're looking at a bustling ant colony, right? Or maybe a buzzing beehive. Thousands, maybe even millions of individuals just moving at this frantic, almost crazy pace. But they're working together flawlessly. There's absolutely no visible central control here. There's no tiny manager out there barking orders with a clipboard, yet somehow everybody knows exactly what to do. On the surface, yeah, it looks like complete and utter chaos, but underneath all that, there's this incredible, undeniable precision.
It really makes you stop and wonder, doesn't it? Like, is this just spontaneous chaos? Or are we looking at the trace of a hidden order? Are these wild ecosystems just the product of blind biological luck? Or is there actually a deeper structural discipline going on? Well, today we're exploring a really fascinating text that breaks down this exact observation, and it challenges us to look at the natural world through a much more observant lens.
Okay, let's dive into this. To truly unpack the source material, we need to look at what's called konunen timolindiki uch ana fikir. That is, the three main ideas right at the core of this topic. We've got idea 1, flawless duty, idea 2, perfect sustenance, and idea 3, compassionate design.
So starting right off with idea 1, flawless duty. We're observing the perfect division of labor here.
You know, when we carefully observe nature, the absolute first thing that stands out is this perfect division of labor. Literally everyone in the system strictly attends to their specific duty. Whether it's the worker bee gathering pollen, or honestly, even the sun and the rain dedicating themselves to their life-giving functions. They all serve with this profound obedience and humility. Nobody oversteps their bounds, and hey, nobody complains about their job. But then there is the careless observer. And yeah, that's often us humans. We walk straight through this immense, highly disciplined factory of nature, probably just scrolling on our phones, entirely oblivious to the grand picture unfolding right in front of us. It's like almost everyone and everything in the universe is on duty, except the foolish observer who just completely misses it.
Moving right along to idea 2, perfect sustenance. Specifically, care for the destitute.
Now, what's really interesting about this is that in this system, it's not just about the work being done. It's also about the provisions being received. Perfect sustenance is given out to absolutely all ranks, from your top apex predator right down to the most fragile little insect. It really doesn't matter if you're the strongest or the poorest, this care is extended universally. But, and here is the really fascinating part, notice where the ecosystem's delicate attention is truly focused. It's on the destitute and the alone. The weakest creatures, the ones without any apparent strength or means to actually secure food for themselves, they are provided for with immense care. The whole ecosystem is intricately balanced so that even the absolute most helpless are nourished and sustained without fail.
And that brings us to idea 3, compassionate design. Let's look at the meaning behind all these mechanics.
So, we've looked at the biological mechanics, right? The strict duty, the perfect sustenance, but what about the why? Scientists observe this ecosystem balance literally all the time. They see species keeping their roles with astonishing consistency year after year, century after century. But our source text challenges us to look quite a bit deeper. This mind-blowing division of labor, it isn't just random biological luck. When you see perfect, unwavering discipline combined with perfect care for the absolute weakest members of the system, it points to an unmistakable trace of immense generosity and compassion. This delicate balance is definitely not a blind accident. It actively points toward a conscious, compassionate source that's orchestrating this massive masterpiece. To really anchor this observation, the text draws on a profound spiritual foundation. It quotes the Quran saying, "There is no moving creature on earth whose provision is not guaranteed by Allah." And wow, this single verse beautifully encapsulates exactly what we've just been exploring. The flawlessly executed duties, the incredible care for the destitute, the perfect balance of the ecosystem. It all just aligns perfectly with this definitive guarantee. It strongly suggests that the biological mechanics we've been observing aren't just cold, hard science. Instead, they're the physical, visible manifestation of a divine promise.
We've covered some truly fascinating ground today, unpacking the hidden order right behind the visible chaos of our world. But before we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over. Have you ever noticed an unplanned, perfectly working order out in nature? And if so, what did you feel in that moment? Was it just scientific curiosity, or did you actually sense a trace of hidden compassion? I want you to think about that the next time you step outside and see a bird finding a seed, or an ant carrying a leaf. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and remember, keep looking for the order in the chaos.